viruses. Like I said before, you have many people in the homosexual community who is existing as a female in another parallel universe or another life. And they have tapped into by way of the dream gates to that parallel universe. And that other life has taken over them so much to the point where they have become that female in this realm and they are males in this realm and they don't know how to take themselves. This is what the shadow governments know. These shadow governments know how to cut on the satellites to manipulate the energy and the frequencies of the reality of what we are reflecting to them by the things that they put into our mind by the way of the foods, because the foods have viruses in them. A virus is not something that just make your physical body sick. A virus is something that when you look at a computer, it taps into your bank information, it taps into your intelligence, it taps into your documents and Word documents, and it takes that information and uses it for its benefit. And this is what this shadow government is doing to our DNA. Our DNA is not blood tissue. It's not just about a biochemical structure. It's not about a physiological system that we are in physically. It's about a physiological system that we are in spiritually, and we are there now, and we go there as a vacation every night when we so-called sleep. Get what I'm saying? I am not the one. This is why I don't enjoy or embark on the conscious community or connect myself to that body, because they don't know how to take this medication which I have in my soul, because the side effect is something that their body cannot take. I am not the one. There's a lot of people who want to test me. I'm a peaceful person, because the force, the greater force in the universe that I am connected to is a peaceful person. And because I'm created in the image and likeness of this greater force, not the God, because God was created in the mind of man and man created God, and it's an agenda. So therefore, I cannot be a God, because the word God was created in the mind of a man who was human, and I was before I was human. I existed before the word soul. I existed before energy. I existed before the universe. I am the mind and the thoughts in the universe when the universe thinks. Stick with me. You see, I shut my mouth to allow you teachers, you so-called teachers, to live. I shut my mouth. I shut my soul down to let you live. But now, I'm coming, and the ancestors has given me the superiority to come at you. I came out and I gave you a chance to come to me and admit that you have been using the people for a fucking agenda under the government, some of you, under the government jurisdiction. And I'm going to show you how one man, one power, one entity, one soul can defeat the whole ocean within 90% of the constellational realm. You don't know what you are dealing with. I don't see myself as being high. I see myself as being low, because while you see yourself as being high and I see myself as being low, I can see the things that you can't see. When you see yourself as being too high, you got too much pride and you are blinded by that process light. Me, I'm sitting here looking up at you, and I'm waiting on the call of the ancestors from the constellational realms to say, now move. And now I have made my move to come out on you. You teachers will be looking at this. To you, teachers, looking at this, look me in my eyes. I am not a joke. I have something. You came and what you did was spit in my fucking face to try to be celebrities to the people of the conscious community when I was trying to be serious, and you wasted my fucking time. And now you're going to reap what you get. And you better hope after this eclipse, that the blueprint of the laws of attraction, I have many altars with your pictures on it. I'm not calling names, but I have altars. I have about 11 altars. Black Science TV 111. 11 altars with certain people on it. I don't play games. I don't have to get out here and show myself to try to be a big thug or something. I know where I come from. Let me calm down. Because if I don't, the earthquake will come. The earthquake will come. When you think and you have moral values with your thinking, you can take the master grip that you have and awaken the things that has been put to sleep. I am Osei Kufuor. I've come from a background. I've come from a background where I've conned people. I've come from a background where I've sold drugs. I've come from a background where I've abused women. I've come from a background where the statistics of this underground shadow government tried to lull me in and make me sign contracts to lull you to sleep. And I said, fuck that. I'll be goddamn if I sell myself out, not for the people, but for my fucking self. And because I didn't sell myself out for myself and I'm connected to the people, I've never sold the people out. That's why I said when you work inside, the outside will follow. You revolutionary niggas, you black power niggas, you don't want it with me. For real. You don't want it with me. Why? Because not only do I have spiritual power, but I have power beyond a color that you classify as black. I have a military beyond a power that you classify as a government. People ask why Osei Kufuor shut down the United States of Africa. Because I fucking wanted to. I started to see things that you couldn't see. And don't get me wrong. I'm not forcing people to wake up before their time. But what I'm doing is, I'm giving you something to think about. When you start to think, you start to do surgery. In-depth surgery. On DNA that is ancient. Many of us are ancient. But because you have a black face don't mean that you are greater than another culture. There are culture with energy in them that are ancient. You might not like what I got to say, but I'm going to say it. You see, I got love for the Christians. Even though they are under a spell, I have love for the Christians. Why do I have love for the Christians? Because even though the Christians are following something that is an illusion, if you believe something to the point, even though it's an illusion, and you are determined in the belief of the thing that you are believing and following, which is on a positive energy, and you are actually distributing that positive energy, then you are greater than a person who is conscious and just out here sniffing coke, using people for the financial benefits to self-preserve. I respect religious people to a certain extent, but you conscious niggas, you had to go down. People ask, why you don't work with this teacher? Why you don't work with that teacher? It's a reason why. If you see me back away from something, I don't back away because I'm fake or artificial. I back away because I've seen something. You keep following the niggas. But when my ancestors speak from within my soul, from within the region of my heart, then I listen. Unlike many others, I listen. I take heed to the voice that is buried in the grave of my soul. And before I leave this video, there is an eclipse coming up on August the 21st, 2017. The government is trying to get people to sign contracts to wear solar or carbon sunshades. Why? Why now? Why not back in the 90s? Why not back in the late 90s when the other eclipse occurred? Why didn't they try to make you wear shades? It was easier for them to pinpoint certain people who had DNA structures in them that would benefit their agenda military-wise, dimensional-wise. entertainment wise. But now they are trying to get you to wear the shades because you have to decode this shit. They don't want you to see the eclipse. Look at the word eclipse. Eclipse. What is a clip? A clip is something that is bonded. It is something that gravitates toward light and bonded. It clips it. So therefore, the light or the intelligence that is coming in, there is DNA that would clip and bond toward this light that will cause this people that is bonded toward this light to elevate to a higher dimension of what we call the future intelligence. And because they will bond toward the future intelligence, this DNA cannot be taken lightly. They will not be able to see what is in this DNA of the star seeds that is coming after this eclipse.